snow on the mountains. Do you understand what that means?
In the Burberry trenches, free all the real rights that serve in a sentence. Yeah, I emerged from the trenches.
Today is a very special day. So special that I had to put my Sunday best on. And no, it's not Sunday, it's actually a Friday. But the reason it's such a special day is, I don't know if you guys remember, about a year ago, Look Pivot Bindings did a giveaway with Henrik Harlaut to give away one of his special edition Look Pivot Bindings. When I was looking at that on Instagram, I thought I will do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to get one of those pairs of bindings. I didn't win the giveaway, and when you read on Look Pivot, they're not selling them on their site. They're only getting sold at select shops. But guess what I did? I did the digging, I did the craziness, and guess what just got here? Here they are, the Henrik Harlaut Edollos, the swag master Steve Bender himself. Pivot 14s, black toe piece, white and red. The classic Edollos with the dreads coming out. So gangster. The Henrik Harlaut logo. The toe piece, the black and white, come on. Oh. Stoke is real. And of course, my best friend in the whole entire world happens to be a ski tech. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna head over there right now, get with the boy, and we're gonna get to screwing. So let's get over there. I freaking load these into the truck. You guys gotta let me know what you think. Got our freaking windows tinted, getting bigger tires on Tuesday. So if you wanna see that, you gotta let me know. This motherfucker. Yo, Matt! He's creeping on that. This way?
I got you.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. Lab right now. Of course, Matt's got the pizza. That's the homie Brighton. He's a dope ass skier as well, but look at these freaking Matt custom freaking mango, brand new 013P100s. Those are mean. This is the shop. After hours. That's what you get when you get the freaking manager. Dude, we still got the classics out here from last year, huh? Yeah. Level 9's lacking. They've got last year's. Dude, I actually don't. I mess with these drop kicks. All right, Matt's showing us the Hall of Boots. What's the Hall of Boots? Oh wow, the Hall of Boots, everybody.
After hours.
After hours with the king himself.
After the party?
After the.
It's the after party.
After the party, it's the after party. We're like two kids in a candy store. I could just be in here all day looking at. Oh, you haven't even seen the bindings in person yet. I'm getting your freaking live reaction to the bindings, bro.
Let's see these. Oh wow.
Stupid, dude. I know. I can't even believe it.
Hello, my name is Henrik Harlaut. From Sweden, and I'm a skier. So, we're mounting some skis. First thing you need is some skis.
First thing you need is some skis.
And a little bench of some kind, whether it's like some wood slats that look like this, whether it's like something like this that you sit on your table so that you can set your skis on top of them. You know, whatever it is, it's just gotta hold your skis still. For vices, there's a brand that sells vices and tables and stuff. Swix.com.
Swix.com.
Tools, base bread, brushes, structure, vices.
Vices.
You got all your vice needs right here, right? Booyah, booyah, from 0 to 200.
And so the garage setup.
A dedicated table.
Yes.
For waxing and tuning, you can do all your tune needs here. If you want to do ski drill bits, you go to Winter Steiger is your other brand. Winter Steiger. There's where you want. Line up our skis pointing to the left because
line up the skis to the left.
They point to the left because the markings for where we're going to mount them on the ski. It's different for every ski. Sometimes it's on the top sheet, sometimes it's on the side, but no matter what, you're going to be looking at it when the ski is sitting to the left. So first thing we need to do is determine what drill bit size we need, because every ski uses a different drill bit. Here's the rule of thumb. Adult ski with just a wood core, 3.5 by 9. Adult ski with metal in it, 4.1 by 9. There's a few special skis like Solomon, some Rossignol, Some, you know, select skis that have metal in it and they're a little thicker that use a 4.1 by 9.5. So those are the 3 bits. If it's a kid ski, 3.5 by 7. If it's a kid ski with a little metal in it, it really doesn't happen very often, but 4.1 by 7, but that's not really common. And then like line skis will want a 3.5 by 9.5, and then for the kids, 3.5 by 7.5. So that's a lot of information. But
slow it down whatever you need.
Slow it down. Rule of thumb, 3.5 by 9 is your base. If it's got metal, 4.1 by 9. And then, worst comes to worst, you just look it up. The tech manual's all over the place. If it's not written on the ski, which it will be, and if it's not, because sometimes it's not, like DPS doesn't mark it, look on the website. There's forums, you know, say what drill bit for this. Rule of thumb, when you have it lined up, you don't want it to reach down into the, like if it was reaching down into the edge like that, that's probably a good sign that you got the wrong drill bit. But if it's just reaching down just like that, about 1 millimeter away from the edge, away from the end of the ski, then we're good. So this all-in-3P, 3.6 by 9.
But I think first, before you do that, you got to figure out where you're mounting them on.
Oh yeah, we got to figure out where we're mounting them.
You got to figure out where the customer or yourself is mounting it, the ski on.
Okay, you got to decide where you're going to measure out the ski first.
Measure it out.
If we're going with 1 back from center, we got to find true center. I hit the bow of the ski and then bring it back up. 187. True all-in-3P fashion, they run a little long, which is just great. Every other brand will run a little short.
Because I also run a little long. So
187 divided by dose equals that plus, wait, actually we're gonna minus 1. 1 back from center is 92.5. So always measure from the ski, from the tail of the ski.
Always measure from the tail.
Because when they're sitting on the floor tail, that's going to show if you've mounted your bindings in the wrong spot. Okay, so measure from the tail. 2 centimeters back. 2.5 centimeters back is going to be 94 centimeters from the tail. So 90, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's be as exact as we can because these are nice skis, so we want to be exact. Okay. Super important to make sure that our tape is the same on each ski. So that's exactly 94 on each, and then I drag it over to that side. We're at 94.1, 94.1. Perfect. It's exactly the same on each ski. Okay, now that we got our marking on the same part, we need a jig. And so if you don't have a jig, then that really sucks because it's really important. It gets the holes centered and all that. So there's a jig called the freaking heck. You can find one of these. It is called the Jigger-Rex.
Jigger-Rex.
So the Jigger-Rex is this thing where you can buy the frame like this, right? $259 for the frame. But then you buy all these little inserts here depending on what binding. So, you know, like if you're getting pivots, they've got a pivot one. If you're getting markers, they got a different one, and that attaches on. So that's really good if you don't have a jig. Maybe you can go to your local shop and say, hey, you guys throwing away any jigs? Can I take some of your old jigs?
That's a good way. Here a lot too?
I'll be taking any old jigs out of here. You can print out paper jig, and that's a whole nother
ball game
shit right there.
If you're printing out paper, jigs, honestly, just hit me with a Venmo request for $50. I'll just pay for the mount for you.
Luckily, I've got a nice brand new from the manufacturer jig for the little pivots.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, just like that. So if you do have a jig, it'll work the same on the Jigger-Rex. You slide it in here, untwist these guys, put your boot in, and you just clamp it down so it's nice and snug on the boot, tying it down. Okay, now we're set. Now we're set to that VSM. Now I got my markings right here. That one's the rental, that one's my normal one. Boot soles right there, so I'm lining up my boot sole center with my tape that I've got. So if we do it on this first one.
So that boot sole is
boot sole's lining up right there with
the tape line.
Yep, just like that. Tying them down nice and snug. Now I do this because I don't want to misdrill my skis because I get nice skis. So I got this little die, little hammer. Bam. Just a little pre-tap. And then you come out here and you can see these markings here. I'll do the same thing to the other ski. I'll measure that My markings on both skis are exactly in the same spot. And I'll grab my tape measure.
Grab the tape measure.
And I'll just measure those holes. So they're sitting right. You know, I don't use the actual measurement, but I just know that that's sitting right at 42 inches there, 42 inches there. We're exact. So now
your holes line up.
Now my holes are lined up. So every time I set my jig down and I look through the holes, I'm gonna be able to see, like you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll be able to see my dies in there. I don't know, you guys probably can't see it, but
you can
they're
see
in there.
You can see the holes. Yeah.
So a problem that happens is you drill some of these holes and your drill's going and it moves your jig. And so you can really F up your ski with a moved jig. So now I know if my jig is moved because those little dies won't be centered anymore. So always, now I'm ready to drill. I've got 3.6 by 9 because that's what it says on the ski. Lined up, boom. Boot set perfectly, okay? My things are lining up perfect. Now I can drill. And I just am checking as I go to make sure that the jig doesn't move. Keep checking. Keep checking. Oh yeah, perfect. We're all drilled in. And then you do the same thing to the other ski.
Same thing to the other ski. Little vacuum.
Tap around.
Don't want any dust.
Don't want anything.
You need a good
back in there. And then a little bit of glue. Now you can use Elmer's glue. This is special glue for ski.
Special glue for ski. That's what we like. The special glue for ski.
But basically all this is Elmer's glue. I see some people pile in epoxy. It's pretty freaking unnecessary. And they pile on a lot of glue. Not unnecessary. That is unnecessary. All we need is literally that much. All it's doing is giving it a watertight. Like you're freaking drilling screws in here. Like if they're not already watertight, like the glue is just sealing the deal.
Yeah.
I got wet glue, so now I gotta get my nice sturdy drill bit. Not just some crappy one. I started on my 13 torque setting, my slower rotation speed. And you grab your binding.
Binding, that's always important.
Binding's important. I like to pull the screws out so they sit about that much out of the binding. You line it up, you can feel it kind of lock into place. Drill it in increments. Don't go all the way down on any of them. Okay, so 13 didn't get it very far, so I pop it up to 16. Roll out, not all the way. Back in, back in, back in. And then it's still not sitting flush with the ski, so we look down there. Not sitting flush. All I do, get in here with my hand screwdriver, get it hand tight until it sits nice and flush.
You can see that's nice.
If you over torque it, like if you just put it in drill, you'll strip the holes. It's just wood. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to strip the wood.
Okay, so it should be sitting nice and flush now, right?
Flush. Pretty flush.
Now with the pivot heel piece, you got to kind of move this thing out of the way. So you just careful with these because you can engage this and break your finger.
Yeah.
So I just move it out of the way like that.
Line it up.
Line it up. Same deal. I'll just start at 16 this time. Pull it out, not all the way. Back in. That'll help it sit.
And is it the same?
Same thing. That's probably not sitting flat. Now with pivots, there's this plastic piece, so we don't want this to sit flat. If you can see, you probably can't. There's a metal pad under there, and that's what we need to sit flat. So I'm just gonna screw it down until that metal is sitting flush. And then the plastic doesn't really matter. Okay, that's nicely hand tight. So now our final test. If we did everything right, click the boot in.
Click the boot in.
And then full tilt forward pressure is right back here. That little line needs to be right where it is, and that's where it is. So that's perfect. The little white, this white piece should be lined up with these black dots, just like that. If it's sitting like, careful, I don't want to get your fingers. If it's sitting like that, that's wrong. If it's sitting too far, if this surpasses that, then that means it's too tight. But you want it just right, lined up with them, just like that. Perfect. And then we set our dent to whatever the freak we want, and then we freaking just go out and we ski hard. Like,
We just ski hard.
Like there's no tomorrow.
We're gonna get the other one on and then we'll show you the final product. Sauce, everybody, the absolute sauce.
So now you double check your work. Make sure we're sitting flat, both ends. So, see, we're sitting a little high right there. I don't know if you can see that. I can. And why would we want it to be any less than purpose? Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Flat,
flat,
flat, flat, flat, flat, flat.
All right, let's show them what it looks like.
Then we test it and make sure that we're sitting in line on the ground. And we are.
That's why you do your tail. That's why you measure from the tails.
That's why you measure from the tail. It's because when it's sitting down, if I had mounted it wrong, it would look like that. But since I didn't mount it wrong, it looks like that.
Beautiful. Let's show them. Oh God, that looks better than I thought, bro. Stop it, Henrik.
Well, everybody, that's the final freaking
That's
product.
the final freaking product.
Like you say, Matt and I, we kit check probably 3 times a week together, 7 times solo. Oh, he's got to get his skis. Oh, winter stuff. That's the stuff, bro. After hours at level 9, we get it done. I hope you enjoyed. Shout out to Ski Matt. He's the homie. Giving you guys the freaking ski nuggets of knowledge. The fountain of youth is stoked. There's snow on the mountains. You understand what that means? That means we're skiing in 2 mother-effing months. That's what that means. I love you all. There's gonna be a lot of more content coming soon. We're mounting some touring bindings here soon, so you'll get another tutorial. So we'll see you when we see you.
Stay tuned.
Peace.
I'm Michael Jackson, I'm bad though. They wanna come out the bad door. Don't even know why they